Hi, everyone. It's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, and here with lesson 7, and we're going to do self-portraits. Now, in your kit, you should have some big paper left, and you get to pick the color that you want for your background. That's first. So you're going to pick one of these sheets, and then we're going to talk about what's in the other papers part of this project. You're also going to need your glue, your scissors, and your black crayon. Now, let me go ahead and switch my camera so I can show you some examples of self-portraits or portraits I did, because they're not of me, they're of kids. So let's see, let me replace, there we go. So here I have a kid that has red hair, and a kid that has brown hair, black hair, and a kid that has yellow hair. And you get to decide on a lot of things that you're going to do for this project. Like you're going to decide on your tone, you're going to decide on your hair, you get to decide on the back color of your background, you get to decide on the color of your shirt. I was just using all the same paper because it was just easy and I wasn't wasting paper. You get to decide a lot of things when we're making this. Now, in your pack there should be a mirror board too, and unfortunately Miss Branch seems to have misplaced her mirror board, so I have to use one of my regular mirrors that I can look at when I need to look at myself. In case you need to look at yourself, you can use your mirror board. All right. So now in your pack, there is 4 basic colors of hair. We have black, brown, yellow, and red. And if your hair is dyed another color, it's okay. You could just pick one of these colors to be your hair. So it doesn't have to be exact. Then you have another stack of paper, and we have these 3 are the 3 main eye colors: brown, green, or blue. And this is the pupil color, which is black. And then this off red color is the color of lips. So we're going to use this one for our color lips. So we put those off to the side. And then you have a stack of paper with lots of different tones. And actually these two are not part of this. This is to make your eyes and the scalea part of your eyes. And we're going to talk about that and other parts. But what we got here is different tones of browns and oranges. Well, peach. Well, actually, brown is a shade of orange, and the lighter tones are tints of the oranges. And you can make every skin tone with orange practically, and by adding either a little bit of white or a little bit of black to the orange, and it'll make the changes to the different colors of skin tone. So you get to pick which one you want to use for your skin tone. And I see, I did 3 tones already. Let me pick one that I haven't done. All right. Oh, I haven't done this one. I like this one. This one, kind of a tannish color. All right, so that's the one I'm going to pick to do my project. But you get to pick whichever one you want out of these 10 tones. And you can just put these off to the side. You might want to make more than one project when you're done, because you know what to do. All right, so the first thing first, we're going to fold this paper. Well, we're not going to fold it in half. We're just going to fold a little bit up at the top. So just a little bit, kind of so that we can turn it into like a square-ish shape. And it's okay if it's not a perfect square, but we're just going to fold a little bit over. So now you have a little section and this section. And we're going to cut the line right here. Now, if you remember from the other project when we made the shape gator and we made the, so what else did we cut paper? We cut paper for quite a few projects, but mainly the shape gator one when we were making our circles. Well, this is going to be our head, and this paper here is going to be our neck and our ears. So let's go ahead and we can cut the head shape out. We're just going to cut off the 4 corners. Remember when we cut off 1 corner? Now these are going to be kind of big corners. One of these we're going to use a corner to make our nose. So definitely don't throw that away. And actually we're not throwing any paper. We're going to put it in our scrap bag. 2 corners. Okay, so wait, up, it's got 1 corner, it was pentagon. 2 corners, now we have a hexagon. 3 corners, now we have a septagon. 7 sides. And then 8 corners, we now have an octagon. And we have 8 corners that we have to cut again or nibble. So nibble 1. Nibble 2, nibble 3, nibble 4. I can bring the camera in a little closer to make sure you guys can see it again. Nibble 5, nibble 6, nibble 7, and nibble 8. And now we have our circle for our head. And so now we need to make for the neck and the ears. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. And we're going to take this piece here, our rectangle that was left over, and we're going to fold it in half. We're going to make the rectangle smaller. Actually, it's going to look like a square. Cool. And we learned that sometimes you can turn a square into rectangles and some rectangles into squares. So now we're going to put 1 piece aside. That's going to be our neck. And then we're going to turn this piece into, we're going to fold it in half, turn it back into rectangles. And we're going to cut the folded line. Now, just like when we cut off the corners to turn this into a circle, well, we're going to turn this one into a semicircle. Now, a semicircle is half of a circle. So what I'm going to do is only cut 1 and 2 corners here. I'm cutting 1 and 2, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 to nibble. I'm not going to bother with these on the side I'm holding my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be one of our ear shapes. I'm going to put this off here to the side, and I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to cut the 1 corner. Pentagon, well, yeah, pentagon, 2 corners, hexagon, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have another semicircle. And look, if I put the 2 semicircles together, I make a circle. So a semicircle is half of a circle. And that's one of the shapes you definitely need to know. A semicircle is half of a circle. So now, I'm gonna move these off to the side just for a little bit and bring my head. And we're gonna end up gluing the ears on, and we're gonna glue the neck on. And then we're gonna flip it over and put it on our big piece of paper that you picked out the color that you wanted earlier. And actually, I didn't pick a paper. I'll just grab whatever's on top. All right, so it looks like I have pink. All right, so I'm gonna put the pink paper there. And right now I'm going to put 2 tiny dots. Remember, not a lot, just a dot, a dab of glue will do. And these dots are still kind of big to me. Not a lot, just a dot. A dab of glue will do. And I'm gonna do it one more time. Not a lot, just a dot. A dab of glue will do. Now I'm going to take one ear and I'm going to rub a little bit, and it sticks. I'm going on this side and I'm going to rub a little bit, and it sticks. And then with the neck, I'm going to rub a little bit, and it sticks. So now I have the ears and the neck on. These are all glued onto the back of the paper. So now I have my big paper. What I'm going to do is show you that I'm going to flip it over, and that's how it's going to be glued down. But before I can do that, I have to put some dots of glue on the side. And I'm not going to put it all the way at the bottom or all the way at the top. I want to have a little bit of room. So it's going to kind of go in the middle of the paper. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll probably do 5. 6. Probably could do 7, 8, 9, 10. That's probably a good amount of dots. All right, so now I'm going to carefully lift it up and flip it over. And in the middle, I'm going to turn my paper horizontal so you can see it on the camera. Actually, let me just lift my camera up. There we go. And now I can turn my paper back the way you guys are going to have your paper. And of course, oops, rub a little bit. And it sticks. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and make my nose. Now we have a triangle, and you could just glue the triangle on, or you can make it fancy. You have 4 chances, so if you want to play around with the making your nose, feel free. But let me go in and show you one way to make a nose. I'm just going to cut off these 2 corners. Let me move this paper so make sure you guys can see it, because it's the same color. So I'm going to cut off 1 corner and 2 corners on the long side. I'm gonna leave this corner in the middle for the nose, and then I'm gonna nibble, 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 and there I have a nose. And then I can take my black crayon and 2 little tiny, for my nostrils, and that could be my nose. But maybe you want a more pointy nose. You can use it as an L. Oh, you know what? Let me watch. I'm going to cut this corner off, and then I'm going to nibble and nibble. And then I can put a nostril, and I can switch out this nose if that's the kind of nose you want. It's up to you how you want your nose to look. Well, that looks like it's one side, that I'm looking at it from one side. Maybe if I put another one in. Let's see. So there, I can have that as a nose. You can make it a circle. Let's see. More round. I can cut off all the corners. See, these are the kind of decisions that artists make all the time, and they play around with stuff. Nibble, 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 and then they decide which one they like the best. And then that's how they go. So I have another rounded nose. So I have a pointy nose, a rounded nose, and definitely what looks like a cartoon nose. But it's totally up to you which nose you want to glue on your paper. Do I want to go with the button nose? Or just a regular triangle? I think I'll go with just a regular triangle. No, I did regular triangle. Let me try something else. I'm going to try button nose. All right, so again, not a lot, just a dot, a dab of glue will do. And eyes are in the middle of the head and noses are below the eyes. So I know I need to put this kind of close to the middle, but near the bottom, not all the way up here at the top. And there we have our first part. Now we're going to also probably do our shirt, and then we'll do a part 2 where we do the eyes, the mouth, and the hair, because that's going to take a very long time, and I don't want these videos too long. So what I'm going to do is look in my scrap pile. Well, it's not scrap pile, it's the paper that we still have. And you might have a half a sheet in your scrap pile from another project. I think that's why I ended up with green, but I'll just take the next paper on top. And I'm gonna fold that in half. I'm making a shirt right now. And I'm gonna cut it. I'll put this piece off this side. And this is too much for the shirt. So of course I gotta fold it again. And I'm gonna cut it. All right, so now it's a good size. So it'll fit on the paper and won't cover up the head. Now, as you can see on these shirts, some of them I cut in the middle and folded for like a collar, but we're gonna cut the corners off and make them curve like we did for the ears. So these are going to be for the shoulders. And here's another one where I cut and made like a collar neck. And here's one where I cut in the middle and I made like a V-neck. So it's totally up to you how you want to do your shirt in the middle. But let me go ahead and show you how to do the shoulders. So cut the corners, 1 and 2, just like we did the ears, and then nibble 1 and nibble 2, 3, and 4. And there we have the shoulders done. Now, if you want to give a collar on the shirt, you can. You don't have to, but it's totally up to you because you're the artist. Now, if you want to do a collar shirt, I'm gonna bring the 2 ends together, but I'm not gonna crease it. Just gonna do a little cut in the middle. That way I know where the middle of the shirt is. And then I can just bend it down to make a collar. And if you don't like the collar, then you could just cut this part in the middle and make it like a t-shirt. Totally up to you as the artist. Let me see. So here, we have a collar shirt. So let me show you. If you want to turn it into a t-shirt, just cut those lines that were folded. And there you have a t-shirt with a shirt with no collar. Totally up to you which one you want to do. Since I have this shirt done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do not a lot, just a dot, a dab of glue will do. And one more for good measure. And then I'm going to flip it and rub a little bit. And it sticks. So this is all of part 1. So part 2, we'll get the eyes, mouth, and hair done. All right, so let me go ahead and switch my cameras. Oh, there's the alarm. Replace pen. There we go. So everyone, part 1, we got the ears, the head, and the neck, shoulders, and the shirt, and our nose done. So next, we got to do eyes, a mouth, and the hair to finish our portrait or self-portrait. Yeah, it could be, you can just call anyone. If you're thinking it's not looking like you, just say it's somebody in your family. You can say, oh, I made you, Mom. Here you go. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. All right, stop recording. Okay, so.